October 2015, CIA headquarters. A call comes to John Brennan in Virginia from an unknown number. The caller seems like a child who tells John that he has hacked the entire CIA system. This call might have been brushed off as a prank if it were made to an ordinary person. However, John Brennan was the director of the CIA, the world's most powerful intelligence agency at the time. Getting his personal mobile number was no easy feat, let alone calling him. This is the story of two kids who hacked into the entire CIA system and embarrassed the United States, a superpower. Who were these kids, and why and how did they pull off this incredible feat? Let's dive into this story. Welcome back to Global Theft. When asked about his demand, the caller says that the US should stop attacking the Middle East, especially Palestine, and allow the world to live in peace. Before this call, the CIA had already realized that their system had been hacked. What damage this hacking caused to the CIA and the US will be clear as we continue. As soon as the call ended, the US government and the CIA swung into action. The fact that a kid had managed to hack such a massive intelligence agency was a huge embarrassment for the CIA. You should know that CIA agents only admit defeat if their identity is exposed. In Langley, Virginia, there is a Starbucks inside the CIA headquarters. The cups they use for coffee don't have any logos or agent names on them. This is because these cups can't be traced back to any agent. Now, you can imagine how serious the breach was when their system was hacked, considering how cautious they are with smaller details. An investigation began, and it was found that the call came from Leicester, England, made by a 15-year-old boy. This kid called himself Krekka and had formed a hacking group named Crackers with Attitude. But how and why did he hack the CIA? To understand that, we need to go back a little further to 2008, where this story truly began. In 2008, there was another boy in Virginia, USA, known as Default. He was passionate about video games and started modifying game programs to win. For example, he would change the rules of online games like Counter-Strike and easily win. He was creating cheats and controlling the games to his advantage, learning all this from the internet. Default was inspired by the hacking group Anonymous, which was quite famous back then. This group would hack large websites and post their own messages as a form of protest. Seeing this, Default became highly impressed and decided to step into the world of hacking himself. Slowly, Default began hacking smaller websites, but eventually wanted to do something bigger. That's when he joined a hacking group called AnonSec, which had already been involved in several political hacks. The group used botnets, malicious software spread across computers that could be controlled remotely. Default gained access to one such botnet, which was linked to a computer in a medical college in Canada. After some effort, Default gained access to the financial records of that college. He found out that the school was still trying to collect over $9 million from students and deleted these records from the computer. Default's first hack was a success, disrupting the entire system at the medical college. Though his first hack was a prank, his next one was driven by anger. In 2014, Denmark passed a controversial law that allowed animal abuse. This angered animal rights activists worldwide, including Default, who loved animals. So, Default and his group hacked the Danish government's official website and posted a message condemning the law. Not only that, Default used the botnet to target websites supporting the law, shutting them down. This caused a worldwide backlash against Denmark, and ultimately the government had to revoke the law due to the immense pressure. The Default's victory was overshadowed by the group Anonymous, who took credit for the attack, something Default didn't like. He decided to keep going, but unlike other hackers, Default kept his identity hidden, knowing the severe consequences if he were caught. Default's internet setup was extremely secure. He didn't even use his home Wi-Fi, opting instead for a satellite connection installed far away from his home to avoid being traced. His computer was also highly secure to the point that it took 30 minutes to boot up, but for his privacy, Default didn't mind the wait. At this point, you've heard about two characters, Krekka, who lived in England, and Default, who lived in the USA. They didn't know each other before 2013, but a key event brought them together. Edward Snowden, who worked as a consultant at the National Security Agency, NSA, discovered that the CIA was secretly collecting and using personal data from citizens without their knowledge. Snowden wanted to expose this, but he feared that doing so in the USA would lead to him being killed or jailed. So he took a break and moved to Hong Kong, where he revealed the CIA's secrets to journalists. This revelation caused an uproar worldwide, with people furious about the unauthorized use of their data. It also sparked a reaction from Default and Krika, who made contact with each other and decided to teach the US government and CIA a lesson. They wanted to show how it felt when your personal information is leaked. Their mission was clear. Default wanted revenge on the US for violating privacy, while Kreka wanted to retaliate for the US's attacks on Gaza. Their common enemy was the US government. They first released the personal phone number of the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, to the public. By simply Googling, anyone could find his number. They also targeted high-profile individuals. And their next target was CIA Director John Brennan. Kreka began searching online for John Brennan's details and found his public phone number. He then posed as an employee of Verizon, calling the internal technical team and pretending to solve a customer issue. The Verizon team, after confirming his identity, handed over Brennan's personal information. Kreka now had access to Brennan's account details, backup phone number, and even the last 4 digits of his bank card. Kreka then hacked into Brennan's email account. By using the information he already had, Kreka accessed Brennan's private email, which contained important and top-secret documents, including data about other CIA officers, their social security numbers, and government instructions. By the time Brennan realized his email was hacked and closed his account, it was too late. Kreka had already downloaded everything. Kreka generally went through his phone and scanned like 10 of Brennan's portfolios, and the results of his psychiatry completion evaluation were called. Kreka began releasing these official documents, creating chaos in the US and causing a massive scandal for the CIA. The CIA and the US government were desperate to catch these hackers, but they had no leads. After the phone call to Brennan, Kreka went even further. He posted the personal information of 9,000 Department of Justice agents and 200 FBI agents on social media. Kreka believed he couldn't be caught, but Default, living in the US, became paranoid. He feared being caught, and he made a critical mistake. Drunk, he confessed to a friend that he was involved in the CIA hack. This led to both Default and Kreka being caught. The FBI raided Default's house, and soon after, British police arrested Kreka. Kreka's real name was Ken Gamble, and Default's real name was Justin Gray Lieberman. Due to their young age, Kreka received a 2-year prison sentence, while Default, who was more directly involved in the CIA hack, was sentenced to 5 years. Both are now out of prison and working in cybersecurity. What do you think? Did they do the right thing or the wrong thing? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and share it. Thanks for your support. See you in the next video.